So what do you see today on the market? We were looking at the 4-hour chart here, and we dipped down and then came back up, and we have actually surpassed the previous high, but not the highest high. And we're kind of at that midpoint in the channel. We have the Fibonacci lines laid out here, and we're kind of holding at the point right here that I have drawn. So the blue SMA on the main chart looks like it's been downtrending a little bit, but maybe it's starting to tip up, and we've had a huge boost upwards since about 3 o'clock this morning. So I would say this is my analysis. I would probably wait and do a long, but I don't want to get in up here. So it started to drop a little bit more, and I decided that I think a short would probably be okay. I just don't want to write it down too far. Okay, the MACD is dropping, so I can see it dropping here, but the price is kind of staying put. So that's really not a good time to be in a short. I want to see a nice drop when the MACD drops. It's not really doing that. Okay, so the highest that it made it yesterday was a few ticks below where we are right now. And so being in a long being in a long position is preferable, and we're getting close to the point on the MACD where I wish I were in a long. So waiting for a good opportunity to maybe switch gears here. Okay, I never really found it. It just kept going up. So unfortunately, I lost pretty badly on that first trade. But again, I was kind of trading against the trend. It's hard to kind of identify what the trend is right now. But at any rate, I switched gears right here. And then it started to drop a little bit and then went up and had a pretty good trade right here. So I went ahead and put my limit order in and got into another long here after it dropped back down. And it dropped a little bit more there. I went ahead and removed the Fibonacci lines just to kind of clean up the screen a little bit. Okay, we went up quite a bit more, and I'm thinking probably this green line, which is the highest that it's ever been, is up here, and I went ahead and put my order in. Doubt that it will get up there that quickly. And then the yellow line, which it's very, very close to. It's like about right here. That's this peak back here, which is also another good resistance level. So kind of waiting for it to go up, and it had a little bit more of a drop. Went ahead and got into a long at this point, and can't remember, I must have gotten out before. Anyway, but then it decided to drop a little bit more, and I knew it was going to drop. I just didn't know how far it was going to drop, and I just got in too soon. So that was unfortunate. Went ahead and got out because I just didn't want to write it down. I could see it dropping all the way to here, and I was just didn't want to do that. So I had gotten out, and here it looks like it's maybe already starting to reverse. The MACD is starting to tip up. So I got in a long down here. That's where I should have gotten in to begin with. I'm not sure that it took somehow there. A little confused as to what my orders were. Here I am in a short, and you can see it kind of peaked out a little bit lower than here. And this was kind of encouraging, telling me that I could probably short again. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I really should have reversed right here. I thought about it because we were on the support here of the gold SMA, and I was in a bit of a profit here, but I wasn't highly inclined to do so because the MACD looked like it was just gaining momentum going down, and it does kind of look like it's tipping over. So I didn't reverse, and I didn't get out. I just rode it, and it went up, and I had another opportunity here, and then it kind of went flat, and then it went up some more. And I decided that I probably should have reversed down here, and here I was stuck in a short again when I really wished I had been in a long because it's pretty bullish today. So, kind of waiting for an opportunity to reverse again. I'm waiting for it to drop a little bit, and decided it probably wasn't going to drop much more than this. It just kept wanting to go up. So I went ahead and reversed at this point right here, which is pretty high, and we're getting really close to that green line, which was the highest it's ever been, which is interesting. And then I did the Fibonacci lines again, redid those, and I think they are in a different spot this time. Not really sure about that. But you can kind of see on the longer term chart down here that the top of that channel is about where the 161.8 line is. I could definitely see it getting up to that point. And it's also interesting to me that the peak over here was exactly on the 100% line. So yeah, these Fibonacci lines can really help you out, but they're a little bit better for more long term. So I decided just to kind of let it ride at this point for a while, and figured it was probably going to go up. I didn't really think I would ride it all the way up to this Fibonacci line up here, but I figured it probably would ride up today. And here we go, it went up to the 100% line, and it kind of hesitated there, so I went ahead and got out at that point. And I've done 7 trades now. And 7 trades with the MES. This is why I don't like to trade this one. It's really difficult for me. I'm used to getting in and out very quickly. And with the MES, if you make too many trades, your commissions can pile up so quickly. Another way to think about it is if you get in like at 4 ticks below, it takes that much to pay your commissions before you can start making profit after that point. And so with the ES, it's only 1 tick. So there's a lot more profit margin to be made. You can get out of positions a lot sooner. You don't have to hold them. So you really do have to trade the MES a little bit differently. You really have to hold things longer in order to really get the full value out of each rise and fall. But in my line of thinking, the longer you hold a trade, the more risk there is, because especially in these kinds of things where they're extremely volatile, you can lose so much money so quickly by holding longer. So you kind of got to find that balance of how long to hold things. And this one, I'm finding out I just really need to hold them a little bit longer than I'm used to holding them. So I waited for it to drop back down, and let's see the time difference here. So that was 10:43, and this is 10 minutes later, and I went ahead and kind of put in an entrance order down here. I thought probably it would drop back down to that point. Zoomed in a little bit because it was just too hard to see. And it did, it's dropping, so that's nice. When it started to tip up like that, and I'm seeing the momentum change on the MACD here, I went ahead and put in a limit order, and it got filled, which was really cool. I'll go back there and look. So I actually put the limit order in below where the price action was, and you know it's fluctuating all over the place pretty quickly. And so I was pretty tickled to have it drop back down and actually got it filled a tick below where I had actually placed the order. So that was really nice because it hadn't quite reached that gold estimator, which is pretty good support. So I'm going to try one more time to get into a trade, and I really think it's probably going to go up. I'm seeing a very bullish trend. It's surpassed all of the highs that it's ever had before. And just kind of watching it, doing my thing. This is where I need to get out in order to reach my goal for the day, which didn't seem like that much. That was not that high up there. So I went ahead and put my exit order in, no stops in place because I feel like it's pretty well uptrending. It's just a matter of time. Kind of watching it through the day, dropped back down and dipped up, kind of went flat over here. And this is 12:16. Every hour I'll come back and kind of check it. And here it had filled. and it actually filled it, I think, right about there. And then it went up just a little bit further and then started to drop back down. And that was great because the MACD is already pretty high here. Looks like it's probably going to drop. Maybe we'll have another leg down before we get up to that Fibonacci line there. I'm not really sure. It might even do that overnight. We might wake up tomorrow morning and find it all the way at the tippy top here and ready to short some more. There you can see my trade that I made. This is where I got in, and I rode it all day long until I got out right about there. And you can see I've made 8 trades here, and they're all a good range. It's just there's a lot of them, so there's a lot of commissions there. So when all is said and done, I ended up with $29, which was 1.7%, and I traded from 9:04 in the morning to 1:47 this afternoon, and I wasn't like sitting there watching it the entire time, so that was kind of nice. So there's that.